truck season. Get 0% financing plus make no monthly payments for 90 days on all Silverado 1500 pickups. And current Chevy owners get $2,500 cash allowance on this Silverado with the turbo high output engine. Chevrolet, the #1 selling brand in Wisconsin.
He brutally raped her. Repeatedly.
I spent endless nights plagued by nightmares. My bedroom door was barricaded. I was so afraid.
But Judge Protasiewicz ignored her pleas, let the rapist off easy, and now he's back on the streets.
When you don't know where your attacker is, then he is everywhere. He is every sound in the night.
Tell Judge Protasiewicz, stop failing victims and stop protecting criminals.
Daniel Kelly here, asking for your vote on April 4th. I'm running to uphold the rule of law, defend our Constitution, reject bias in activism, and above all else, to always be impartial and never let politics pollute our court.
Live on NBC 12, this is News Watch 12 at 5.
Good evening and welcome to News Watch 12 at 5. I'm Dan Hagan.
And I'm Jessica.
Live on NBC 12.
Over the past few days, those snowbanks have been slowly shrinking. Depending on where you are, you might be looking at grass on your lawn.
That's right, but that will change over the next few days. Chief Meteorologist Jeff Willer has more on 2 snowmaking systems coming our way. Jeff?
Yeah, hey, Dan, that's right. There are 2 systems out there. The first one arrives for us in a short amount of time, likely next hour or 2, and then the main event gets in here tomorrow night in early parts of Saturday. Let's start here. This is a current advisory map, and in here is a winter storm warning. The area is in pink for what's coming tonight. Snow, freezing rain, and mixed precipitation. That lasts from 7 o'clock tonight through about 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. Then we get a break for a bit. Underneath all this is a winter storm watch for the entire area. That arrives tomorrow evening into Saturday for snow and wind on the way for everybody tomorrow night. And temperatures, of course, are critical. Right now, we're hovering just at or slightly above freezing. This will fall back below freezing tonight, generally along and north of Highway 8, setting the stage for what could be lots of snow tonight and ice across the area as well. Here comes the main push of moisture this evening. There's a lot more behind that, though, and we're going to saturate the atmosphere and then begin to rain and snow across the area. Now, snow mostly north, freezing rain there as well, rain south of Highway 10. And this is System 1 right here, lasts until tomorrow morning. System 2 is over here. This is the main event. Just now getting by Denver right there. That's going to tap into moisture across the Gulf of Mexico and move up our direction. And it's going to be a thing around here tomorrow night into early parts of Saturday. So for tonight, here we go. So mixed precipitation across the area. If System 2 gets in here tomorrow morning, here's 10:30 tomorrow evening. This is all incredibly heavy snow falling with thunderstorms in there as possible as well, and more severe weather across the south. And the rainfall, if it fell all as rain, it would look something like this. This is a problem alone because you throw that much rain into a snowpack, you get lots of flooding. It's not, though. It's going to fall as snow, and that map could look something like this. Now, I don't use maps like this very often, but we're talking a foot plus of snow, generally along and north of Highway 29 beginning tonight. Tonight's system plus tomorrow night's system into Saturday. Obviously, that's going to disrupt our area across our region into tomorrow night and also on Saturday. More on that when I come back. Jessica.
Breaking news. In the last 30 minutes, a Manhattan grand jury has voted to indict former President Donald Trump. It focuses on allegations that Trump falsified his business records. The case centers around a $130,000 payment to adult film star Stormy Daniels. Daniels claims she slept with Mary Trump in 2006. Trump has denied those allegations. Trump is calling the Manhattan DA's probe, quote, a new way of cheating in elections. Today, a federal judge ordered former Vice President Mike Pence to testify in special counsel probe investigating Trump.
A freight train derailed and caught fire overnight in Raymond, Minnesota. That's about 100 miles west of Minneapolis. Numerous cars from a BNSF railway train derailed on the western edge of the city at around 1 a.m. Officials say several of the cars that caught fire were carrying a form of ethanol and a corn syrup liquid. Residents within a half-mile of the derailment site were told to leave their homes, and travel into the area is not recommended.
Wisconsin conservative judge candidate Dan Kelly is announcing a statewide tour ahead of Tuesday's election. The tour will run Friday to Monday this weekend and will include 25 stops. 2 of the stops will be in our area, with the first at Portage GOP headquarters in Stevens Point on Saturday from 3 p.m. to 3:35 p.m. The other will take place at the Marathon GOP headquarters in Cronenwetter on Monday from 10:30 a.m. to 11:15 a.m. Every voter in Wisconsin will see the state Supreme Court race on their ballot, but there are plenty of other elections as well.
Some cities across the state will be choosing their next mayor, and that includes in Antigo. Newswatch 12's Nick Van Zyl is live in Antigo right now for tonight's debate. Nick?
Thanks, Dan. And Jessica. I'm here at North Central Technical College in Antigo for tonight's mayoral debate. Next Tuesday, voters in Antigo will decide between their 14-year mayor and his challenger. Mayor Bill Brandt and his challenger, Terry Brand, will square off at 6 p.m. to discuss their platforms. Challenger Terry Brand says he's hoping he can bring a new strategy for problem solving in the community.
An openness and transparency, the willingness to involve the community in decisions and goals and objectives, talk about our problems, and resurrect our reputation as something we can be proud of instead of the constant complaint of drugs and crime and a poor performing school system.
Current Mayor Brandt says the city is addressing these issues as they're brought up. Brandt says under his leadership, the city has been making progress to eliminate the city's debt and to attract new businesses.
In recent years, we've been pretty aggressive. We've implemented an entrepreneur grant program for the downtown. We also implemented a facade grant program to fix up the stores down there, their outside facade.
The debate is open to the public, with doors opening at 5:30 and the debate starting at 6. The 2 candidates will discuss their campaign priorities and respond to a mediator's questions. Residents are encouraged to come out or watch the live stream on the Republican Party of Langlade County's Facebook page. We'll have more coverage of the race at 6, but for now, Nick Van Zyl, Newswatch 12.
Thanks, Nick. Pinecrest Nursing Home in Merrill faces a $1 million shortfall from last year. The Lincoln County Board chairman says that's partially a result of decreased funding from the state. The Wisconsin Department of Health Services says that may be the case, but no funding formula has changed. The DHS responded to an email from WJFW regarding the concerns about Pinecrest. It states that the supplemental payment program mostly covers direct care deficits. Now, direct care means the actual caretaking of residents and does not factor into overall operational costs. When a nursing home has more residents, they'll spend more on direct care, meaning they'll receive more money from the state. When a nursing home sees a decrease in residents, like Pinecrest is seeing, they'll spend less on direct care, meaning they'll receive less money from the state. This means some nursing homes around the state received more state aid simply because they had more residents. Also, some nursing homes will have higher overall deficits because of varying maintenance costs. This is all according to the DHS. And according to them as well, the governor has proposed a higher level of cost coverage for nursing homes in his next budget.
A GoFundMe page has been set up to help those affected by Tuesday's fire at Dinky Diner. The fundraiser is meant to get some of the losses not paid out by insurance and to support employees who have lost their jobs. So far, they've raised more than $3,400 towards their $50,000 goal. To donate, go to GoFundMe.com and search Dinky Diner Fire Funds. If you live near Crandon and saw some high flames the other night, it wasn't anything dangerous.
Those flames came from a simulated fire at the Crandon Fire Department. It was part of their initiative with area fire departments on how to respond to propane fires. While they may only cause less than 1% of all residential fires, they still happen. It's why Kevin Miller of Fire Industrial Response LLC trains departments how to respond.
I just think it's a good learning experience for fire departments around the state, and it's a great opportunity that PERC provides for them because this isn't something that we run into on a frequent basis, and it's not something that's part of your traditional Fire 1 training at the Tech College.
His company puts on about 20 sessions on the matter each year. Instructor Luke Van Noy is in charge of operating the live props used in the demonstrations.
The manifold here has different valves on it, and I can adjust how much propane goes through it to make sure the fire puts off a good show, but it is still safe for the firefighters to approach.
The training was sponsored by the Wisconsin Propane Education and Research Council. While the fires may be a little exaggerated, it's a chance for the firefighters to stay up to date on their response techniques. That way they are ready if the situation ever arises. Pandemic-era food benefits expired this month, putting a pinch on millions of Americans.
Coming up after the break, we'll head to a local food pantry that's seeing a surge in demand. That's After Weather with Jeff right here on Newswatch 12.
Mark your calendars and spring into summer with the 34th Annual Wisconsin River Pro Rodeo. Enjoy 3 action-packed days of a professional rodeo in Merrill, perfect for the whole family to enjoy. Be sure to get your tickets early. The Wisconsin River Pro Rodeo, June 9th, 10th, and 11th.
Wisconsin seniors depend on Social Security, but extremist Dan Kelly doesn't care about them. Kelly wrote that Social Security was similar to slavery. And Kelly insulted seniors by writing that those on Social Security are, quote, people who have chosen to retire without sufficient assets to support themselves. Do you want a radical like that on the Supreme Court? Dan Kelly, an extremist who doesn't care about us.
Hit the ground running in the most adventurous Honda vehicles yet. Like the Pilot and Passport Trail Sport, or the Ridgeline, made more rugged with better off-road performance, and more capable with different driving modes available to conquer snow, mud, and sand. Adventure on in the Honda for you. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
Come to Carpet City Flooring Center's biggest sale ever and receive free carpet installation or save $300, $600, or even $1,000 on all hard surface flooring. That's right, free carpet installation or extra savings up to $1,000 on hard surface flooring. If you need flooring, now is the time to buy. Only at Carpet City Flooring Center's biggest sale ever.
Our prices will floor you.
Hi, Bob Pucci for the Take Kid Hunting Foundation. We're having the Yanago Gun Show this weekend at the fairgrounds on Highway 45. Admission is $7, 14 under are free. Show hours are Friday from 3 to 8, Saturday 9 to 5, and Sunday 9 to 3.
All right, pull up a chair. This is going to be fun. A combination of rain, freezing rain, sleet, and snow in 2 waves arrives tonight into tomorrow morning. Then again, tomorrow night into Saturday. That's the main event arriving tomorrow night. These are the current advisories. So in here is a winter storm warning for the event tonight for freezing rain, sleet, and snow in these areas. Now, underneath all that is a winter storm watch for everybody. That is for tomorrow evening in anticipation of heavy snow and wind tomorrow night across the entire north central Wisconsin area. Here's the first push of moisture with this, and here we are. This is just the beginning. This will all increase in coverage and intensity tonight. Now, where it's going to fall below freezing temperatures, we'll get mostly snow and freezing rain. And south of there, mostly rain. But that line is going to be right across probably Highway 29, if not just north of there tonight. So many of us could see several inches of snow tonight, and then the main event kicks in for us for tomorrow night. On top of this, the low temperatures this morning, we hit 0 upper Vita, 3 below Eagle River, so the ground froze over again. It did warm up today across our neck of the woods in the mid-30s across most areas, but it's going to fall back below freezing tonight. So we had that frozen temperatures last night, temperatures in the 30s out there now. We're going to throw lots of moisture into these cold temperatures across our region, and that will likely give us some icing this evening. Now, freezing rain is no fun, as you know, and it looks like we could see maybe a quarter inch of it. You put that into a very big pine tree. It has lots of weight to the pine tree. You kick in a wind tonight that could gust near 45 miles per hour tonight, tomorrow, into Saturday. We're going to have issues with power this evening and throughout today, tomorrow as well, with that ice accumulation in the trees. So here's the first push of moisture entering the state right now. In here is a combination of rain, freezing rain, sleet, and snow. It'll be basically continuing all night tonight into tomorrow morning. Then we get a break for several hours tomorrow morning, and then the main event gets in here. Now, it's over here by Denver. Already Pacific Ocean moisture, lots of energy, tapping into Gulf of Mexico moisture right there, and thunderstorms there. This thing has lots of energy, lots of oomph. It has lots of spin in the atmosphere, and it's all directed right at north central Wisconsin for tomorrow. So here we are right now, snow and rain just back off to our west of our area. That overspreads the entire region tonight. Notice how Rhinelander or Highway 8 just north stays frozen tonight into tomorrow with snow. And then throughout the day tomorrow, here's 7 o'clock tomorrow evening, there's snow, freezing rain, and rain. The rain could be heavy with thunderstorms across parts of central and southern parts of Wisconsin tomorrow. That changes over to all snow tomorrow evening, and that snow, any of this could be locally heavy. We're talking 1, 2, 3 inch per hour snowfall rates and maybe some lightning and thunder in there as well. Lots of dynamics in the atmosphere. That pushes out of here early parts of Saturday morning. Then we should clear out by midday Saturday, albeit windy with blowing and drifting snow. When it's all said and done, it's going to look something like this. So a little corridor here of a 12 to 18-inch snowfall forecast. We don't do this very often. This is going to slow us down tomorrow, especially tomorrow night and throughout the day Saturday. And there are a few spots in here that could easily do 18 plus. So it's going to be the heavy, wet snow, difficult to move around with the trajectory here, putting it just north of, say, Highway 29, more so centered on the Northwoods. Okay, here's the winds. The wind out there now out of the south around 20. It's going to gust near 40 tonight and throughout the day tomorrow into early part to Saturday. That's going to give us that blowing and drifting snow. That's going to be an issue into probably the weekend and beyond with wind gusts near 45 to 50 miles per hour, also with power across our area as well. And there is a severe weather component to this also that will likely stay across parts of southern Wisconsin, most likely into parts of Iowa and Illinois, but still, our one thing going for us right now, if we get some severe weather across parts of Iowa and Illinois, that could prevent some of this moisture down here from working its way north and kind of limit our snowfall potential. But right now, that most likely is not going to happen. So overall, don't panic. We've done this before, but this will be a travel and life-altering snow coming our way for tomorrow and tomorrow night. What to expect going forward. So here it comes, right? So it's out there now. Light precipitation tonight. We get a break for several hours tomorrow, followed by snow, heavy tomorrow night. Also mixed precipitation in there too. Heavy wet snow, hard to move around. In fact, you put all this weight on your roof, we're going to add thousands of pounds of snow with that heavy wet snow. That could be a problem with some structures across our area. Our forecast then tonight, though, we're talking about rain, freezing rain, sleet, snow, and wind. Look for low temperatures down near 29. That's critical. For tomorrow, it's Friday. Rain, freezing rain, sleet, snow, and wind. A couple dry hours in there as well. Heavy snow developing later tomorrow, about this time tomorrow evening, with high temperatures near 38. And then looking ahead, your 7-day forecast by Advanced Furniture and Mattress shows a mess tomorrow, a mess early Saturday, a little bit of a mess on Sunday, followed by another system getting in here Tuesday and a Wednesday of next week. Dan and Jessica.
Millions of people across the country are starting to see the impacts of the end of pandemic-extended SNAP benefits.
Many are turning to food pantries as a way to afford groceries. Newswatch 12's Mohammed Abdul Kawi is live at the Rhinelander area food pantry to tell us more. Mohammed.
Well, Dan, Jessica, earlier today I spoke with some of the directors at the food pantry, and they told me that they're seeing at least a dozen customers per month. And while they have plenty of food for families, they're encouraging more people to take advantage of this opportunity.
Food is a basic need. It's the most basic need probably of anything.
Since the beginning of 2023, the Rhinelander area food pantry has seen a rise of people shopping there, something that Executive Director Guy Hansen has been expecting.
We've been anticipating an increase in customers for some time with COVID and all the restrictions, but now that some of the government subsidies have disappeared, we are actually seeing that increase that we've been anticipating.
The Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, also known as SNAP, expired this month. Courtney Smith says so far this year, 15 to 20 people have been signing up for the food pantry per month.
And we're definitely prepared and ready. We know we're really good at logistics and organizing and making sure that we have all of the food that we need to serve our neighbors. So we're definitely not worried about not being prepared.
Despite the increase of customers, both old and new, Smith says that the food pantry is a place where families can get that extra help.
There's no stigma or shame to come and use the pantry. We really see it as a smart decision that individuals or households can make by coming here and saving. I mean, it could be a couple $100s a month that someone can save in their budget, and that really can go far.
To see if you qualify for benefits, you can visit RhinelanderAreaFoodPantry.org. The food pantry is always looking for volunteers and food donations. They are also in the middle of their spring challenge, where 2 local families are making a partial match for all donations. Reporting live in Rhinelander, I'm Mohammed Abdulkawi, Newswatch 12.
What a great resource. Thank you, Mohammed. It's the day all baseball fans have been waiting for. The Major League season arrived this afternoon.
We'll tell you how the Brewers fared in their opening game day after the break.
Looking to feed a group? Rhinelander Pub is the fresh, easy choice for nearly any occasion or event, offering full-service custom catering for parties and events of all sizes, providing personalized planning assistance and exceptional service. Partner with us to create an unforgettable event.
A person is known by the company they keep. Who are Judge Janet Protasewitz's friends? Predatory abortion profiteers. The type of savages that support late-term abortions that cause excruciating pain and stop a beating heart. And they want you, the taxpayer, to foot the bill. Janet Protasewicz and her bloodthirsty comrades don't care about Wisconsin's values. They care about making money, killing babies. Vote Dan Kelly on April 4th.
I absolutely feel that Tiger Lily is getting a great education with RVA. She is challenged and she's not bored. She enjoys her classwork.
I love the teachers. The teachers are the best part. My teachers are very friendly and they're easy to reach out to when I need help with the assignments. The teachers are always there when you need help.
What I love about RVA is the flexibility, first. But second is that Tiger Lily is so happy with this school, with her teachers, and with what she's learning. It's awesome.
Trust Menards to have everything for updating your home's outdoor lighting, all 11% off. We carry the widest selection of outdoor lighting options in stock, ready to take home today. Add security and get peace of mind with the benefit of motion sensing outdoor security lights. Save on everything to brighten your home. Right now, all outdoor lights are 11% off. Pick up this motion sensing outdoor wall light for only $29.99 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
Looking to feed a group? Rhinelander Pub is the fresh, easy choice for nearly any occasion or event, offering full-service custom catering for parties and events of all sizes, providing personalized planning assistance and exceptional service. Partner with us to create an unforgettable event.
This portion of Newswatch 12 is brought to you by Furniture and Appliance Mart.
The Milwaukee Brewers started their 2023 season at the friendly confines of Wrigley Field, but the Cubs pitchers weren't so friendly today. And the Chicago hitters weren't either. With runners on the corners, Dansby Swanson hits a single here, so of course the runner on third will score. But take a look at this sloppy play in the infield by the Brewers, and that means the runner originally on first will score as well. Cubs now up 2-0. Also, not a great day for Brewers ace Corbin Burns. Cubs' Trey Mancini knocks this single into left field, and a runner scores easily from second. Burns, like I said, not a great day, would go 5 innings with 4 earned runs, and the Cubs would end up scoring another run in that inning. Cubs up 4-0 now to the top of the 6th. Willie Adames grounds this one to short, but Dansby Swanson makes a nice play, fires it over to first for the out. And if you're wondering at home where the Brewers' highlights were, well, there weren't any. Cubs shut out the Brew Crew 4-0. They'll play again Saturday in the afternoon.
It's peak hatching season for bald eagles in Minnesota. Kirsten Mitchell spoke to wildlife experts on how to keep these birds of prey soaring.
This was the moment eagle-eyed fans had been waiting for.
Lots of people from all over the world are watching it.
The egg in the Minnesota DNR Eagle Cam hatched on Sunday.
It is exciting, and it's harrowing because there's so many things can happen.
Lori Nauman runs the Eagle Cam.
This particular female in our Eagle Cam laid 2 eggs this year, and unfortunately, she might have slipped and punctured one of the eggs early on.
But this increased the chance of survival for the eaglet, which is just 50% from hatching to flying from the nest in July.
There's sibling rivalry. If there's any sort of food scarcity, they start beating each other up. It can get pretty brutal.
Lori says our snowy winter hasn't hurt the eagle population.
They're adapted, they're acclimated to this kind of weather, and they do really well.
Their resiliency captured in February as a nesting mother was covered to her head in snow.
Yeah, that was interesting.
Dean Schaubold has watched the Eagle Cam when he's not watching the wildlife from his home.
Oh, yeah, got binoculars.
On White Bear Lake.
We see a bald eagle every once in a while. They're our national bird. That's really nice.
The DNR says we can help keep the bald eagle population soaring by avoiding rodent poison and lead ammunition.
We've had bald eagles run into the sides of buildings, and it's usually because they have neurological damage from some sort of a toxin.
For this little one, everything so far is looking up.
We're doing pretty well, and if it makes it to fledging, all the better.
Spring savings start now at Furniture and Appliance Mart. Sofas start at $8 per month. Queen bedroom sets start at $13 per month. Sectionals start at $17 per month. Plus special financing options for any budget and free local delivery at Furniture and Appliance Mart.
Soon, you'll be headed to the polls to decide the future of our state. And here's my promise to you. I'll look at every case in a fair, impartial manner. And I'll follow the law and our Constitution. As a prosecutor and as a judge, I've put dangerous criminals in jail. I've fought to guard our rights and our freedom. That's exactly what I'll do on the Supreme Court. I'm Judge Janet Protasewicz, and I'm asking for your vote by April 4th.
The new vehicle shortage is over at Brickner's Park City, Jeep, Chrysler, Dodge, and Ram in Merrill. We have over 110 vehicles in stock or inbound for March delivery, with over 50 Jeeps available in all models, including plug-in hybrid Wranglers and Jeep Grand Cherokee. During Ram Truck Month at the Brickner's and Merrill lot, you will find over 35 Ram trucks available. Take advantage of low financing or huge lease rebates on Ram half-ton models and up to $3,000 in cash rebates on Ram heavy-duty models. There's always a whole lot of good going on at Brickner's Park City, Jeep, Chrysler, Dodge, and Ram in Merrill.
Our officers risk their lives to protect your families.
But law enforcement's hands are tied when judges like Janet Protasewicz refuse to hold dangerous criminals accountable.
Including a man who brutally raped a 13-year-old girl and posted a video of it to Facebook. Monsters like him belong in prison. Judge Janet disagrees.
Wisconsin sheriffs are supporting Dan Kelly for Supreme Court. He enforces the rule of law, not the rule of Janet.
Vote Daniel Kelly for Wisconsin Supreme Court.
Spring savings start now at Furniture and Appliance Mart. Sofas start at $8 per month. Queen bedroom sets start at $13 per month. Sectionals start at $17 per month. Plus special financing options for any budget and free local delivery at Furniture and Appliance Mart.
All right, Dan and Jessica, the initial surge of moisture has arrived. This is mostly virga, not leaving or reaching the ground currently, but it will begin to tonight as a combination of rain, freezing rain, sleet, and snow. They won't get out of here until most likely later on tomorrow evening. And then tomorrow night is the main event. So the main event will consist of a lot of rain, snow, and wind. In fact, we could see wind gusts tomorrow near 40 to 50 miles per hour into tomorrow night and Saturday morning, as snow will pile up very quickly, especially along and north of Highway 29, where there could be a widespread path there of about 12 to 18 inches of snow. So overall, we have quite a weather event to get through tonight through tomorrow and early parts of Saturday.
I can't believe this is happening.
I know, it feels like
I don't even believe it.
Just when you think winter